Everybody, this is the monthly top-down analysis of the Forex market for the month of July. Overall, what we see is we see a very strong euro, we see a very strong Swiss franc. We're going to see which one is actually strong, has more potential. Overall, we see that the yen seems to continue its weakness, and we see that the dollar weakness could end here. Let's have a look at this chart, the euro-dollar weekly. So price goes up means the dollar gets weak, and it looks like this is overdone. Let's have a look here at the monthly chart. So that's a big move over the last couple of months. That's a one directional move, and we're way overextended. We're getting very close to the 200 moving average, to the big number. We might get there, but I believe latest there we should see a pullback. So we could actually see more dollar strength coming in, and that this rally, this euro dollar rally, is actually over. So what was going on here, just quickly? So we saw the break out of this sideways range to the downside. That was an important event. That was for the US election results, Trump. There was the signal to the short side, and then with the tariffs announcement in April, this is when it happened here, we actually saw the weakness coming into the dollar. So we've got conflicting signals. First we broke out of this tight range to the bottom, and now we broke out to the upside. So that means that it's unclear what's going to happen, but the next technical reaction is a reaction down because we are overextended. Now let's have a look at a few other euro pairs. So the euro is strong, right? We can see it here. Well, we see it on the daily chart, we see it on the monthly chart, very strong. That's a very bullish chart, and it looks like we're going to break this one. Nice consolidation here at the averages, and we should actually reach higher prices. Now let's see, interesting part, which is stronger, the euro or the Swiss? We don't see anything on the daily, it's completely sideways. Well, that equals strength, right? But we can see on the monthly chart which one is stronger. Well, it's the Swissy, right? That's a clear downtrend. Currently, then in equilibrium for the last 1.5 years, since beginning of 2024, right? But there's a lot of pressure building for a stronger Swiss. So when that breaks out to the bottom, we should see a rush into the Swissy, right? Swiss strength. But both are strong overall in the currency market. Now here the euro as well, the euro against the CAD, we see their strength. That's a stop run level, a very important level. If that breaks, we should see more strength coming in against the CAD. And the same picture, basically the euro against the Australian dollar. Again, the euro is very strong. We had a bullish S1 pattern that triggered. We had another S1 pattern that triggered. And it's just following the logic of the patterns, right? And it should actually get here to the 2, very big number, and even higher. So we see more odd weakness against a strong euro. Now let's have a look at a couple of US dollar pairs. So US dollar against the Australian dollar. So we can see that there was a breakdown for more dollar strength, but there was no follow through at all. That's what we were expecting. So we see a push. We see a push back. That's a strong rejection here, right? So there should actually be more more Australian dollar strength against the US dollar. Let's have a look at the pound US. Here, pound US looks a bit overdone here on the upside, but overall, well, we should get a pullback, right? More dollar strength, but overall, well, this is a chart that tells us that the dollar should remain weak. Same picture here, New Zealand dollar versus US dollar. We're pushing hard against the 21, so it looks like we could get a reaction to the downside, more dollar strength, but overall, here on the weekly chart, we had this break lower out of this S2, and there was no follow through. Was not able to break this level. Would have been easy for the bears, but they were not able to break this stop run level. So that is a rather bullish signal here for the Kiwi US chart. As mentioned in the beginning, this is the US yen chart. Both are weak. The US yen has had its big up run, which is something we were projecting because there was an S1 pattern here. We've actually achieved the initial target. Question is now, okay, both are weak. Which is weaker of both? It's unclear. Anything can happen. We can get a pullback down here, or it could continue to go sideways and then break higher. So both. it looks like the US dollar remains weak in the long run, and the yen as well. Now let's have a look at a few Swiss franc pairs. This is the US Swiss, so very strong currency. The Swissy against the weak one. What do we get? Well, we get we get a bearish chart, and that's what we get. That looks very bearish. It's kind of a rounding consolidation here with S1 patterns. This is an S1. This was another S1, and we're just slowly developing momentum here. This was an important break lower. This is a stop run level. These were two lows, so triple bottom basically. Now it's falling into this free fall territory. There's nothing in the way till the 07 point, which is again a very important stop run level. So very bullish here for the Swissy. Let's have a look at the Swissy against the yen as well. We had this signal back here in 2020 based on an S1, and it's breaking higher, right? So there's no end here in sight for this bullishness, Swiss franc bullishness to stop. Australian dollar versus Swiss franc, this goes down, means bullishness for the Swiss franc. It has broken through, right, this important level, and we should see this quickly move lower. Let's have a look against the CAD, so CAD Swiss, same, it's a very bearish chart. It looks very weak here, right? Overall, we had an S1 pattern. It took a while, it took quite long, and now it's moving lower. So it seems like the Swiss franc is unstoppable. And if that's the case, well, we should trade it, right, till it ends. And as part of the great currency shifts, well, we knew that the Swiss franc is the strongest currency of all of them, and we see the same picture here. Pound versus a Swissy, it's breaking lower, and we've got a series of stop run level. That looks like a very strong move to the downside can happen, breaking the par level and then even moving lower. So big moves are on the horizon. Let's have a look at a few yen pairs. This is odd yen. We saw this weakness in the yen over the last 5 years. Well, that was a big pullback, but pullbacks are important, right? This came down to test this level here, but it's still respecting the 21 moving average. So price is already above, and it looks like this is going to resume and even break to a new high. Let's have a look at the CAD versus the yen. Again, the CAD looks strong against the weak yen. Again, here we've got this pullback, and it looks very bullish here. Touch of the 200 moving average. So that's all part of a healthy bullish uptrend. Pound yen, same picture. We had this pullback back to the 21. Well, that actually occurred. And it looks like more yen weakness ahead. So overall, as I mentioned already, we have euro strength. We have even better Swissy, stronger Swissy. We've got the dollar should continue to be weak, but we could see some strength coming in over the next couple of weeks or months, and the yen continues to be weak. So these are very long-term trends, and that is actually nice to take trades and develop them as they have swing potential.